Welcome to episode 34 of the Metamagix Monster Manual and another continuation of the Demon Souls chapter. In today's episode, we are going to be talking about how I think you should run the Leechmonger and the subsequent magic item in DnD 5e. As a reminder, you can find a link to every single stat block and every single magic item from the Metamagix Monster Manual in the description of this video. It'll take you to my Discord where you can find downloadable pictures for free. And if you want to see all these monsters and magic items run live in action, you can jump on over to my Twitch stream where I run weekly interactive D&D campaigns featuring all items and monsters from the Metamagix Monster Manual that you, the viewer, can influence. The link to that can also be found in the description. So before jumping into the stats, let's talk about the design goals when designing the Leechmonger stat block. So for the Leechmonger's design goals, we wanted to go with a more beginner-friendly monster, something that you would fight pretty early on in levels, maybe use 1 through 4, as well as a monster that is a completely immobilized creature that relies on very long-ranged abilities and attacks in order to take out the party. So with all those design goals in mind, let us begin. So this is the Leechmonger, and to begin, the Leechmonger is classified as a large fiend with the chaotic evil tag. It has an armor class of 12, which is natural armor, a hit point total of 100 hit points, and a movement speed of 0. For the stat array, the only high stats here are the 16 strength and 16 con with only a 5 dexterity, 6 intelligence, 12 wisdom, and 10 charisma. It has a damage vulnerability to fire, a passive perception of 11, speaks 0 languages, and is a challenge rating of 5. Moving on to the abilities, the Leechmonger's only ability is its Leeches. Any successful attack made by the Leechmonger applies Leeches to the target. While Leeches are applied to a target, the target suffers 1 point of damage at the start of each of their turns. These Leeches remain on the target for 1 minute. A creature may use an action to attack and kill the Leeches early. This is basically treated as a damage over time condition that can be remedied with just an action. Moving on to the actions, we first have the sweep. The Leechmonger extends its arms and performs a wide sweeping attack in a 15-foot radius centered on itself. All creatures must succeed on a DC 13 dexterity saving throw or take 3d6 bludgeoning damage and have leeches applied to them, again performing that damage over time condition. Moving on, we have consume leeches. Leechmonger reaches into the ground and pulls out more leeches, consuming them and healing Leechmonger for 25 hit points. So he will heal for a quarter of his maximum hit points each time he takes this action. And for the final action, we have Leech Balls. Leechmonger curls inward and releases 6 large balls of leeches in different directions. Ranged weapon attack plus 6 to hit. Range 60 to 120 feet up to 6 targets. And on hit deals 3d6 plus 3 bludgeoning damage. Any creatures hit by leeches applied to them have their movement speed reduced by 10 feet until the leeches are removed. So it basically applies a larger concentration of leeches, does not do more damage, but will reduce your movement speed. And each creature may only be targeted by 1 leech ball. So the Leechmonger can't just fire all 6 at one target and basically OTK them. This is meant to be used on multiple targets. So your party has just defeated the Leechmonger, and when they go to collect their loot, they will find the Writhing Demon Soul. It is a rare consumable item that requires attunement by a spellcaster. It is the soul of the demon Leechmonger. It radiates a strong power. And while attuned to this item, you may consume the soul to learn both the Poison Spray cantrip and the Lesser Restoration spell. These spells do not count against the total number of spells or cantrips known. The Poison Spray spell save DC equals your own, and you may cast Lesser Restoration once without expending a spell slot. You may not cast the spell again in this way until you finish a long rest, but could just use normal spell slots otherwise. So something to note with the Writhing Demon Soul and future Demon Souls in the Metamagix Monster Manual is that when the Demon Soul is not able to be created into a weapon canonically in the game, it will be treated in this way. It will allow a spellcaster to gain whatever subsequent spells it would give you in game, which I think is a really good design choice as it gives some spellcasters with more limited spell books a chance to have some more unique interactions and builds. So this is how these souls are going to be run in the future. But anyway, guys, that is how I think you should run the Leechmonger and the Writhing Demon Soul in DnD 5e. If you guys enjoyed this video and the stat block, be sure to leave this video a like and leave any comments or questions in the comment section of this video. We have a lot more Demon Souls content coming up very soon, so be sure to subscribe and not miss a single one of those coming up. And until next time, guys, have fun, stay safe, and as always, happy gaming.